Hey guys, what's good? Today we're trading Forex. We have an account balance of 35,000, real account. It's a web-based browser if you want, something different. Invest in our recommended broker on our VIP trading signals group on the Telegram app. Right, let's begin. So what's the first thing we're gonna do? The first thing we're gonna do is analyze USD/JPY. Let's have a look. So let's go to the tradingview.com. I don't like these charts, although they're very similar to TradingView. They don't have the same functionalities as tradingview.com. So before we enter our trades, we need to do our own analysis. USD/JPY, let's do it on the monthly. Remove any indicators or drawings that we had previously. As you can see over here, this chart goes from 2009 or even longer, probably like 19 something. Anyway, what's the first thing we see? We see a downtrend, clear downtrend. And if you want to make it even more, accurate, you can do it on the line chart. As you can see, the more touches it has on the trend, the more accurate the trend is. So very simple to do. And I always use this strategy when placing trends. It doesn't take long at all. Right, so the next thing, we need to find support and resistance levels. So what's the previous support and resistance level? Right, it's over here. So this is an area of sensitivity. Let's make this blue. Right, so what else? Where can we see a next area of sensitivity? Is it here? Is it here? It could be here. It could be here. Definitely, you wouldn't be too wrong. There was definitely some sensitivity over here because we can see it there. We can see it over here as well, but probably it's around this area somewhere. It's never a line, it's always a zone, a big sensitivity zone. So what can we see now on the monthly time frame? We see that it's been going down since 2015 steadily. Obviously, we had some fluctuation, but mostly the trend is in a consolidation phase. If we make it a little bit bigger, it's definitely in consolidation phase. Obviously, we had a breakout here and a breakout here, but definitely since 2017, it was consolidating and respecting our, support and resistance line. So what can we do on the weekly? Let's have a look on the weekly, see everything more clearly. On the weekly, we can identify our midterm trend or midterm sensitivity level, I should say, not a trend. Right, so this is our midterm sensitivity level. As you can see, there was a lot of touches here, a few touches here. Basically, this means it was respected by the market on the weekly basis a few times before breaking towards the downside or the upside. It was respecting and moving around this area for quite a while. Right, so what can we identify on the daily? We can see a short-term daily trend as well. If you cannot see it, let me just show you it. So line, there we go. We put this over here on this line chart. As we can see, it's on a daily uptrend. What does this mean? So let's go back to the candlestick basis. It means now the market is going to struggle to break this weekly midterm range zone because it was respected before by the market a couple of times. So it's going to struggle to break this zone. And even if it breaks, it has to break our monthly trend line that we have over here. So very likely there's going to be a lot of sell orders coming in and pushing the market down because there's like an army of sell orders, like Spartans. They're running in and kicking buyers' ass. That's what's happening, So it's very likely that it's gonna pull back towards the downside and make a lot of money. So what's the trade? What can we do in this trade? Well, high probability trading would be very simple. We would wait for a break towards the downwards direction over here. There we go. Of this trend line, then we could enter the trade. However, we want to enter our trade now. What do we do? It's definitely going to be a little bit more risky because we know that there's a lot of sell orders coming in and that at any time, sellers can come in the market, just push the market down and break this trend line. But we can, enter our trade long. We can, enter our trade long. We have some sort of opportunity over here, 30 pips take profit, maybe even put a stop loss somewhere around this level, just 2-to-1 risk to reward ratio. We can do that. We can try to place that trade, but we have to be very low risk and careful because since 2019, November 8th, it has been just plummeting down. As you can see over here, it tried to find some bullish pressure over here, but the next candle was a big push, and look at this wick. It just pushed the market down, which indicates there's an army of sell orders. So honestly, the best probability trade would be to wait, for a break towards the downside of this trend line and enter this trade. But we will do the opposite what I've said. I know it sounds weird, but we're gonna, scalp the trade a little bit. It's not gonna be a long-term trade. We literally gonna enter this trade for a buy area because it's been respecting our daily areas, probably gonna pull back towards the upside like 2 more times before it breaks this area of trend line. So that's what we're gonna do. USD/JPY. Hope you understand what I'm talking about, because I might have confused you a little bit. I sometimes confuse myself as well. But we're gonna enter this trade long, and believe me, yeah, it's definitely a risky trade. So open position, there we go. We're gonna do a 10,000 over here, and because it's gonna be a very quick trade, we're not gonna even put our stop loss and take profit levels. I looked at the news. There's not gonna be much volatility in the market anyway. There's not much news. All the news is over. So hopefully nothing unexpected happens that it just drops suddenly 500 pips or so and wipes out my account balance. It's very risky, I know, but trust me, I do this all the time. So USD/JPY has now been placed. We're just gonna, leave it fluctuate a little bit and close off for like 10 pip, 5 pip. I don't know how many pip profit, because we're trading with a big balance anyway, so we need to analyze properly. And we have a small, gap over here where we can profit some money. But honestly, the bias, the long-term bias in my VIP trading signals group, I would give you an idea of trading short, because it makes sense. If it breaks towards this area, we can, short it and make a lot of money. But in this case, because I'm trying to scalp it a little bit, I'll go buy. And hopefully I can scalp a few euros here and there. Anyway, let's move on and place a few more trades on the other markets. So I feel like analyzing the USD CAD on the monthly basis. So let's do that. Right, the first thing, what do we see? So let's make a little bit zoomed out. What do we see? We see a trend line. We see some sort of trend line. Not sure if that's a valid trend line, but let's have a look. Few touches here. If we make it like that, oh, it makes sense. As you can see, 1 touch, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, beginning to touch nearly 8 times, which means it's a strong monthly trend that we have to respect. So what else do we see? We go back to the candlestick patterns. We need to analyze, the support and resistance area. So that's what we're gonna do, analyzing these areas. Let's make it blue because I like blue on the monthly. All right, so this is the area of support. Excuse me, this is the area of support, this is the area of resistance. We can make a little bit bigger. There we go, some kind of touches here. So this makes sense now. Right, so we need to move to the weekly to zoom in a little bit and see what's going on. Right, so as we can see, this is the monthly, trend line, monthly resistance zones. We can try to find our weekly mid-range zone, and mid-range zone would be somewhere around here. Why? Because there was a lot of movement around this area. As you can see, wicks here, so many wicks here, touching and respecting this area multiple times, and we need to know where this area is and mark it with this yellow rectangle tool. Right, that's all we're gonna do for the weekly. We're gonna go to the daily now. Right, in the daily, what do we see? So we see the market was broken by this monthly trend line, but it went right back up, and now currently the market is consolidating a little bit. And what do I mean by consolidation? I don't mean a consolidation something like around this area, and typical consolidation, when it's just fluctuating. What I mean is getting squeezed between these two areas. As you can see over here, this area and this area, because currently the price is fluctuating in between the monthly trend line zone. And by the way, I don't respect trend lines as much as horizontal lines, because I believe they're stronger. I know there's going to be a lot of sell orders coming in the market over here, which means the best trade we could potentially take is the downwards direction trade. And let me explain why. Let's go to the 4 hourly. Let's have a look. So this is the monthly trend. As you can see, it sometimes is broken. And it's broken because on the lower time frames, it's going to be some moves, pushing out the market, maybe stop hunting and all that. But on the monthly, it hasn't been broken. So this area is respected. It can go down till this area, even here, the trend line, because just because it pushes, but it doesn't close on the monthly candle, it doesn't mean it's broken. I think you know what I mean. Anyway, let's have a look. So short position, we can short this position very quickly, short it for like 30 pips or something like that, because we're respecting horizontal zones, support zone, resistance zone. So we can short this trade now and hopefully make a lot of money. We might want to just have a stop loss of 20 pips or so, like 15 maybe. Yeah, there we go. It's been fluctuating in this area mostly. As you can see, the push over here wasn't even reaching the stop loss level, so this is a pretty good stop loss level. But I'll probably look into these trades. Not gonna put that much stop loss anyway in these trades. I'm gonna be looking at them in the next couple of hours, see what's up. And as I said, there's no news, so it won't be too risky. If you want to do this technique that I'm doing, analyzing like that and not putting any stop loss or take profit levels and manually closing your trades, you need to make sure that on the economic calendar there's no potential big news, like non-farm payroll or something where it's going to move like 200-300 pips to the wrong direction and you could get potentially cleaned out. You need to make sure that that happens. And right, so USD CAD, we can place a short signal, so that's what we're going to do. We find USD CAD. There we go, USD CAD. So I open trade position. What we're going to do is just enter this trade, 10,000. There we go. As I said, I won't be putting any stop loss levels on these trades because I'm going to keep an eye on them. Once I close them off, I'm going to show you the results. So sell signal, there we go, trade position opening up. USD CAD has now been placed. Obviously the profit and loss currently minus £93 because of the spread difference the USD CAD and this broker has. Also, I want to quickly say on my VIP trading signals group, it would be a little bit different signal because I need to monitor these signals. I'm not putting any stop loss or take profit levels. That's why I'm making very small take profit levels and stop loss levels. But really a good entry on USD CAD would be if it would break towards the downside, breaking our monthly uptrend, then pulling back towards the upside, giving a proper exhaustion and then going down, making a lot of pips. That would be a VIP trading signal that I have in my group and you would receive that. So currently a few minutes in, there we go, we have 285 euros in profit. 300 is fluctuating. We're gonna close it off. There we go, yes, close, there we go, and we're gonna close this off as well. As I said, I'm gonna just kind of scalp it a little bit and make sure to look at these trades, but they moved in our direction very nicely, so I'm happy about that. I literally have profited like 800 euros, which is definitely very nice. And if you want to join my VIP trading signals group where I send proper signals, not short-term basis, it's long-term basis. I explain everything more clearly with proper strategies. This was a risky trade, by the way. That's why I didn't put any stop loss or take profit levels. I had to keep an eye on it, and most of the time I don't keep an eye on the trading markets because it's a long-term trade. You have to let the market develop and then you start profiting like 700 pips, 800 pips. That's how I take profit levels, 1, 2 and 3. So it's insane. And if you want to see my closed up trades there, they are USD CAD, USD JPY. I'm actually, debating why the hell did I close it, because looking at USD CAD, look at it. It's a bearish engulfing candle. I closed my trade around this area over here. I could have profited. Let's just have a look real quick. I could have profited a nice around 11 pips. I could have profited another 11 pips. This would have been like $2,000 profit. So I definitely quickly closed the trades off because I was, I was a little bit skeptical because it wasn't, in my nature to, place trades that risky. Usually I'm long-term trader. I trade, when everything is right on the right criteria, but I just wanted to try something out different. I wanted to see if I can, place trades on a short-term basis and still make money, and I can. As you can see, I profited 6% apparently. 2 trades open, 621 euros profited in 38 cents. So that's definitely good. If you want to join my VIP trading signals, you're more than welcome to. I'll be releasing a course as well. Tons of stuff coming out, and if you want to join me, you're more than welcome to. Take care, trading lions. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Ain't about money, it's about being loyal. Cause when I had nothing, they stayed on my soil. The grass might be greener on the other side, but not for the ones who left me out to dry. I can forget, but I never forget. Money is power, but care about respect. If you've been focused on credit or debit, then I'ma pay you a reality check. Some of the richest be feeling depressed. Material shit don't compare to the rest. I move around with my real ones.